Well, Davina Smith is here now with the afternoon news. And Davina, you've got some more details on a horrible crash in Sydney.
Yeah, it's terrible, Amelia, what's unfolded. Good afternoon to you at home. There's been a serious accident in the city's west. It's claimed the life of one driver and brought traffic in the area to a standstill. Just before 2:30 this afternoon, a van collided head-on with a car carrier at Northmead. The impact killed the driver of the van and trapped a 17-year-old girl in the wreckage. She was eventually cut free and taken to Westmead Hospital with serious injuries. The truck driver wasn't hurt, but Windsor Road, it remains closed and motorists are being urged to avoid the area for now. Still to come on 9's afternoon news, the global television star stood down and his hit television program suspended from production. It's after an assault on the set. We'll have the details for you next. And a review of natural remedies. The results are in, so what works and what doesn't, we'll have the details for you. They may surprise you. ISIL's secrets exposed. A former member of the terror group has shared with the world remarkable and tragic insights about life with Islamic State. And Victoria's highest court has weighed into an ugly battle unfolding inside a Dutch Formula One team. It's all ahead of this weekend's Melbourne Grand Prix. Indigenous leaders have hit out at comments from Prime Minister Tony Abbott about people living in remote communities. Let's go live to Kerry Axley in Canberra for the story. Kerry, what exactly do the PM have to say? Yeah, big indeed. Well, still to come on 9's afternoon news, why police need your help to help track down these thugs. Also, Sydney's Link Cafe to reopen with a touching tribute to the siege victims. And our exclusive with Australian Formula One champ, that's ahead of the Melbourne Grand Prix. Police have released dramatic CCTV footage following a spate of violent armed robberies across Melbourne's northwest. As Dougal Beatty reports, the masked thugs are suspected of being behind at least 15 hold-ups.
Well, it was around 7 o'clock on Saturday night when a group of men pulled off a terrifying armed robbery at a hotel here in Melbourne's northern suburbs at Albert Park. Davina?
Sounds like he's going to unleash, Seb. Thank you very much. Well, still to come on 9's afternoon news, the chilling video that every parent's got to see. How two children saved the life of their baby brother from a kidnapper. Also, what does $4 million in cash look like? Well, it's just part of the astonishing haul by police after a multi-million-dollar drug raid. And Blue Steel's heading back to the big screen. How the cast of Zoolander crashed a catwalk at Paris Fashion Week to make a very important announcement. Right now, though, here's a look at what's happening in tonight's news at 6. Two children in the US are being praised for their bravery after chasing down a man who snatched their younger brother. The toddler is now safe with his family while police are hunting down the man responsible.
A man grabbed a 2-year-old baby child.
Mixing it up a bit, aren't they? Well, fans can prepare for some more laughter when Zoolander 2 is released in February next year. We'll check the weather now with Livinia Nixon. And Livinia, what's the latest?
Hi, Davina. Right now, a severe storm warning is in place for these parts of New South Wales. There's the potential for damaging winds, large hail and heavy rain. Further north, tropical cyclone Nathan is sitting around 300 kilometres northeast of Cooktown, having been upgraded to a Category 2 earlier today. Now, it's already bringing very heavy falls to coastal areas. Since 9 a.m. yesterday, an incredible 211 millimetres has fallen in Tully, just south of Cairns, and the Bureau has issued a cyclone warning for communities between Cowan and Cape Tribulation. It's moving at about 15 kilometres an hour, and at this stage it's due to be closest to land tomorrow before making a U-turn back out to sea. Across in the west, another tropical low is intensifying and is tipped to become a Category 1 cyclone this evening. And a trough in the east is triggering rain and storms through inland parts of Queensland and New South Wales. This afternoon, hail was reported in Moss Vale with winds up to 98 kilometres an hour. Davina, I'll have the full forecast later in the bulletin.
See you soon, Livinia. Thank you. Well, still to come on 9's afternoon news, ticket inspectors under fire over a violent confrontation. Also, Sydney jewellery heist, how thieves escape with $100,000 worth of luxury gems. Now, the appeal from police to catch the criminals. And Australia remembers a legendary entertainer from the stage and small screen. You're watching Nine's Afternoon News and these are our top stories. Ticket inspectors are being criticised after a violent confrontation emerged in Victoria. Sydney police have released images of precious Italian gems stolen in a jewellery heist at a shopping centre car park. And Cyclone Nathan is unlikely to cross the Queensland coast, but residents in the state's far north, they are bracing for a deluge of rain. Disturbing vision has emerged of a brawl between train staff and two passengers southwest of Melbourne. Let's go live to Laura Turner with the story. Laura, tell us, how did it all unfold? The monarch was then given a tour of the vessel, which bears the same name as the Queen's Royal Yacht. The ship will make her maiden voyage this weekend, cruising to the Mediterranean. Wow. Well, Ken Sutcliffe joins us now this afternoon with sport, and an NRL coach unleashes an unusual tirade. Tell us more.
Good afternoon to you, Davina. Only Des Hasler. He was responding to a suspension fine and will tell you what the Bulldogs coach had to say next. And Glenn Maxwell's test push at cricket's World Cup. The Australian cricket team has touched down in Hobart to begin preparations for their World Cup clash with Scotland on Saturday. Batsman Glenn Maxwell eyeing a possible test recall after becoming our top run scorer for the tournament after he held off local gun Jack Freestone in their matchup. Okay, back to you, Voldemort. I like Des Hasler.
Oh, he's a legend. I think you're going to have a bunch of NRL reporters reading up Harry Potter to keep up with the characters.
Well, at least he's not beige.
Exactly. We love it. Kenny, thank you. Still to come, finance and weather with Livinia Nixon. And Livinia, what's coming up for us?
Davina, tropical cyclone Nathan is intensifying as it heads towards land and is expected to be upgraded to a Category 3 by tomorrow. I'll have all the weather for you after the break. Hello again. More heavy falls are expected through the northeastern tropics as well as on the Pilbara coast tomorrow. Cyclone warnings are in place for both coasts, with communities expected to face gale force, destructive winds, heavy rainfall and abnormally high tides, with both systems expected to intensify before making land. Now, as a result of being sandwiched between this coastal activity, heat is building through central parts of the country. In fact, parts of the top end will experience heat wave conditions for the next 3 days, with these areas in light purple getting up into the 40s, but we can see much cooler conditions through the southeast tomorrow because of a passing cold front. Not much in the way of rain is expected, but winds will be cold. Taking a look at the capital cities tomorrow, and Sydney's likely to see showers, just a couple of millimetres in the afternoon, and possibly storms, 27 degrees. A cool and partly cloudy day in Melbourne with just a slight chance of a light morning shower, heading for 19. Mostly cloudy in Brisbane, 30 degrees. The hot spell continues for Perth, sunny and 35. Fine in Canberra, 30. A cool and partly cloudy day for Hobart with a chance of a shower, 18. Partly cloudy in Adelaide. Storms, heavy winds and heavy rain for Cairns and Townsville, up to 80 millimetres in store for an already drenched Cairns region. Possible afternoon storms for Darwin, but not much rainfall, 33 degrees. And taking a quick look at Friday, a few showers for Brisbane, 30 degrees. Showers also for Sydney, 23. Breaks of sun for Hobart and Melbourne, but still very cool. A lovely day in Adelaide, sunny and 28. And a late change in Perth will likely bring rain and storms after reaching a top of 26. See you tomorrow, Davina.
Livinia, thank you. Checking finance figures for you now. The Australian share market had a disappointing end to the day. The All Ordinaries closed 30 points lower, with market heavyweight BHP Billiton failing as it pays dividends to its shareholders. In currency, the Aussie dollar, it took a knock. Right now it's buying 76 US cents, 92 Japanese yen and 50 British pence, $1.05 New Zealand. And that is Nine's Afternoon News. Our next bulletin is now at 6 o'clock, and of course for all our stories you can follow our website, ninenews.com.au. It has updates on all our stories at home and overseas 24 hours a day. I'm Davina Smith. Have a great evening. We hope to see you tomorrow.